happened to be one of the most important activities of Puja Guruji during his lifetime. He has undertaken several yatras towards north, south, and even outside India to Indonesia on the east, Malaysia and Indonesia in the east, and in the west, United States. The main purpose of the yatra is to introduce his devotees to the culture and the civilization of our country, which is present in various forms at these locations. Secondly, those locations require divine grace in some form or other. So, by his presence, he would give them what they require. This is what the sages used to do in the past. Sages or saints, they used to travel on foot from place to place, see the various temples, and sing songs in the praise of those gods, invoke their blessings on the local population, and give plenty and prosperity to the regions where they walked. So, Guruji happens to be in the same category of those age-old saints, and that was one of the main objectives of this yatras. Now, I will tell you the details about the earliest yatra that he undertook towards the south. It was in the year 1973, around December. Guruji wanted to take a yatra towards the south with a chosen dozen of his devotees. Unfortunately, I could not accompany him that time because my wife was not doing well. But being a person from South India, he wanted me that he should plan the trip. Not that he did not know, it was just a kind of a play with a child. I should understand later. Then one Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhan, who also hailed from Tamil Nadu, was supposed to be associated with me in planning the trip. Then we thought of all various famous places of pilgrimage, very popular ones, to be included in the itinerary. We said Kanchipuram, then Arunachalam. We said, Guruji used to be sitting by our side and hearing what we are discussing. Then he said, what is there in Arunachalam? As though he did not know anything about it, very innocently, he asked that question. Then he himself said, no, I would as well go to Pondicherry and then see Aurobindo Ashram. Then both of us said, sir, there is so much to see in Arunachalam. It's a great kshetra. And there is the Bhagavan's ashram there. You should certainly visit. Then he asked, is it so? Is it so important? He asked, certainly, sir, you should hear our advice. Then he said, okay, I will include. Then, after that, the Chidambaram, then Kumbakonam, then Trichy, then Rameshwaram, then Madurai, and then back. This was the itinerary. 12 of our friends accompanied him. And till then, he was known to be a good friend, good astrologer, and then a well-wisher, but of course quite well versed in some shastras like Mantra Shastra, etc. Nobody never imagined that he is of such a spiritual guru who could guide and lead the people to their ultimate goal. He did not reveal himself till then. So the itinerary started. They first went to Kanchipuram, and in every place Guruji used to be telling the secrets of that place. So they started getting more and more impressed that is much more knowledgeable than what normally could be found in books. When he came to Ramanashramam, he suddenly developed high temperature and people were worried, and then they asked him what medication he should get. He said, nothing doing, I will become all right on my own. Then he himself revealed to them that when he visited Ramanashramam, Bhagavan Ramana came from his samadhi and seemed to have asked Guruji, "What for are you waiting? Why don't you start your mission? Reveal yourself and start the mission without any further delay." That's what seems he said. That was revealed to those people. Still, they could not very much place him. Then further, they went to Chidambaram. At Chidambaram, Guruji went into deep meditation and then he went on narrating the details of the Ananda Tandava, where all the Devatas were there and Shiva is performing his dance, and Guruji gave a complete description of what was happening then. It was recorded. I have heard myself that record. It was exciting. But very unfortunately, that was lost later. I don't know how. So then afterwards, they reached Kumbakonam. Then Kumbakonam is a place where you have the typical the South Indian culture there. He liked the old temples, the manner in which they were kept, and then he liked everything there. The food being served on plantain leaf. He said the food taste is simple and then delicious and whatnot. And then in the temple, somebody, the old man, was singing very melodiously some songs, and the people were spellbound to hear them. And after they left the temple, Guruji told them that it was a good fortune that they heard Lord Hanuman himself singing in praise of Rama. After that, they could go to deep south, to Rameswaram, and Guruji revealed some more things about Rameswaram. Then from there they came to Madurai. At Madurai, Guruji seemed to have said that he was heading an ashram of senior sadhaks somewhere around that place, and the ashram got washed off later. More details he did not give them then. He was only the guru for those disciples. At the time he wanted some vibhuti. Then people were searching to find some vibhuti somewhere. Immediately he took some water from the river and said Jalamiti Bhasma. Immediately the water became Bhasma and he gave it to others and then he wore it on his forehead also. You see, the ash is the final form of reduction of all materials. So he reduced the water also into ash. So they were wonderstruck. So our Guruji is capable of even converting water into ash and all that. After Madurai, the group visited Padani. Padani is a very important Subramanya Kshetra in Tamil Nadu, and it is also very close to my native place. Then, after all the itinerary was planned, Guruji asked me what I would seek from him for all the effort that I put to plan his trip. I told him, "Sir, when you go to Padani, pray for me." Then he said, "Is that all that you want from me? I will walk into you." I couldn't understand that statement then. Later I could understand it. He could afford to say so because Subramanya is a part of him. Then they thought they should know something more about him. And then they reached Anantapur. And then they all requested Guruji, "You should talk to us some more. And then you should initiate us into the spiritual sadhana." Some request they made. Then finally Guruji was too willing to agree to that request. Probably the request was put into their mind by Guruji himself at the behest of Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi. So he said, "Okay, after we return to Warangal, I will start your jnana classes," he said. Then they all returned and jnana classes were supposed to be held, and they even announced it was on 22nd February, Friday, 8:30 p.m. at his residence. few chosen disciples will be there, and he would give the lessons on spirituality. Then one of the senior persons told me, no, you would find it very difficult to understand all what is spoken because you have difficulty of the language and then you have no background of anything. So we will hear it and we will tell you later. Then that morning, my friend Srinivasan came to me and said, both of us, Guruji wants us to be there during this evening. That was one of the greatest moments of joy for me, that I'm included in the group. So we all went on 22nd February, and it's a small room, puja room in his rented accommodation, maybe 8 feet by 8 feet. There's a small stool kept there, and on which the photo of Bhagavan Ramana was kept. And then he introduced Ramana as our Guru. And then he started talking about how the Vedas came into existence and what is spirituality and what should be the goal of life and how the jhana should get started and all that. He gave a brief introduction to the whole thing. Then it was so exciting, and every word went deep into me, and throughout the night I did not get the sleep. The words were reverberating to me again and again and again and again. Then the next morning, my friends asked me, it was all spoken in good Telugu, could you understand them? Then I said, I think I have understood. Shall I repeat it in English or shall I tell it in Telugu? Then they said, as you wish. Then it seems they said, I verbatim repeated what Guruji said during those 30-40 minutes, and they were flabbergasted. It's because those words are never spoken to my ears. They were spoken to my core, to my self. So it is not at all difficult to repeat it in the same manner. That's the point. So the classes used to be on Fridays and Tuesdays at the same time at 8:30. And then he took up one by one the Upanishads. First he said we should meditate on the Guru before we start any sadhana or any meditation. Then Guru Rupa Jnanam, Guru Tattva Jnanam are supposed to be done. And we were not knowing what Guru Tattva Jnana would be because we were introduced Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi as the Guru. What is his Tattva? We don't know much about it. So we were waiting that he should give more material in this direction. He did not give. Then he started his lessons and he took up the Upanishads one after another. The first Upanishad he took was the Katha Upanishad. That is one of the outstanding Upanishads which gives the secrets of yoga. And Guruji made enormous effort to decipher the secrets in it and got them revealed in his book by name Katha Yogam. Anyway, I will come to that later. So the jhana method was introduced, and then we started the Guru Rupa Jnanam. Then only figure, Guru Tattva Jnana we don't know. We would used to be thinking, oh, you are good, you are kind, you are great. So that's all what we know about it, nothing more. From where they descended, what divine principles are there in them, all the tattva we are not knowing at all anything about it. Then after some time, at least of others I don't know, I got the doubt. He is introducing Bhagavan Ramana as the Guru. What about him? And he said there is Paramaguru in the Himalayas and Parameshwar Guru is Dakshinamurti. So, well, what about him? I got a doubt. In the very early days of our association, then he was sitting on my scooter one day and I was taking him from the office to his house. Sir, I am confused. I want to know the truth from you. You are mentioning about Guru who is not you. and you are telling some Paramaguru somewhere and Parameshti Guru somewhere else. You tell me the truth, sir. Who are they and what are they and where are they? Then he said, the answer is very simple. I say, they are all one. Then where is he? He said, he is sitting behind you in your quarter, he said. So at that moment, it was very obvious that the same Dakshinamurti came as Paramaguru, and the same Paramaguru is come to us as Guru, and then who has all the capabilities of Dakshinamurti he has got. So he is one who can redeem us. See, that kind of thing, it started. So this is all the outcome of the first trip.